Hey guys, Flare Double here. Welcome back to a brand new reaction video for guys today. Today I'm going to be reacting to Avengers Doomsday, only in theaters December 18th, 2026. Again! This is the second teaser, basically. So yeah, I find it funny how this, I think, is the same... They made a second teaser, but they used the same title. I think this is the same title, if I'm not mistaken, from the previous teaser, from the Captain America one. So, I don't know. But anyways, I'm actually surprised that they're giving us this teaser now. I'm wondering, if there's going to be anything that's going to lead up to something big. If they're actually going to give us, a trailer. Because I think, when was the last teaser? Because the last teaser was 7 days ago? Right? So last week? So it seems like they might be giving us teasers. I don't know if they have any more planned. Apparently I heard there's an X-Men one, I think. Which, obviously, if we see the X-Men in the movie, finally... Because, man, I feel like we could have gotten the X-Men in the MCU earlier. I feel like that would have been nice. Not really in the Infinity Saga, but, maybe early in the Multiverse Saga. I think that would have been great. I think that would have been, a bigger point between, WandaVision and Loki. I think that would have been great. But, hey, at least they're doing it now. They're doing it now, so, But this one, I think, is about Thor. Which is, I think, obvious because from the thumbnail of this, and yeah, so this one is about Thor, which, we kind of already figured that Thor was going to be in this movie. I think it makes sense, because if he wasn't, I just think that would be weird if he wasn't in this movie, so yeah, I would think it would be pretty odd if he wouldn't be in this movie. Because, Thor Love and Thunder was a interesting movie. But, hey, the previous Thor movies, though, Ragnarok, and honestly, I think the previous two as well, I honestly like those ones. I'm gonna be honest, I honestly liked, I know I keep saying honest, but genuinely, I honestly really liked the previous Thor movies, except for Love and Thunder. That's the only one I didn't like. Love and Thunder was all over the place for some reason compared to the previous movies. I don't know. I think it would be cool to see Thor in this again. And I also think to see the kid that was from Love and Thunder. I'm wondering if we're going to see the kid that now Thor is taking care of. I'm wondering if that kid is going to be in this movie. So we'll see. But anyways, let's get right into this. Let's see this. Anyways, also Happy New Year's to everyone. Hope you guys are having a Happy New Year's. And also Merry Late Christmas as well. Let's get right into this and see what this trailer is about. So here we go.
Father, all my life I have answered every call to honor, duty, to war.
Are we gonna see his dad again?
Now fate has given me something I never sought. A child.
Yeah, it's the kid from the last
myself.
movie. Nice.
Lend me the strength of the old fathers, so that I may fight once more, defeat one more enemy, and return home to her, not as a warrior, but as warmth, to teach her not battle, but stillness, the kind I never knew. Please, Father, heed my words.
Thor will return in Avengers Doomsday. December 18th, 2026. Crazy, man. Alright, there we go. Alright. That was cool. That was cool. It definitely seemed, compared to this one, I feel like this one definitely seemed like it sounded like this was where Thor seemed like he was thinking that he's gonna die in this, which if he dies, that will be interesting to see, because I mean, obviously, again, within Avengers Endgame, like, obviously, like, Captain America, obviously, we know that he, I think he died, right? Because of his age, from when he used the time machine to just go back to, Carter. And then, obviously, Tony Stark died. But I'm wondering if they will kill off Thor. If they do, I don't know why I would think about that. I feel like, I mean, honestly, I think I wouldn't mind that, because it just seems like within the MCU, it really just seems like they haven't really been doing much with Thor's character. It just seems like it, compared to like the previous within the Infinity Saga. The Infinity Saga, they had so much with Thor's character, and with almost all the characters. They did so much more with all the characters in the MCU from the Infinity Saga. Like, again, with Tony Stark, with Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye, and all of them. Like, they did so much with those characters back in the Infinity Saga. While in this saga, they have not focused on these characters, I would just say, at all. They have not focused on these characters at all. We've only gone, like, the only thing that they have been doing within this multiverse saga, the huge difference between this and with the Infinity Saga, and this, they've just been, again, focused on bringing in new characters and not using those new characters for future projects. And that is, like, weird. I don't know why. You know what I mean? And to be honest, half of those new characters have been not characters like, characters that people just wouldn't care. You know what I mean? Like Ironheart, Miss Marvel, all of them. It's like, and She-Hulk. It's like pretty understandable, because again, there's nothing really too interesting about those characters, to be fair. And it's like, compared to like the other characters that we've had, there's like, there's something about it to where they were able to make the previous characters more interesting, to where it's like it gets people like so interested and so hyped for, you know what I mean? It's like the same thing like where like they brought in Black Panther in like the MCU back in Civil War, right? Where it's like in that movie, when they introduced Black Panther, people weren't like, there were people that didn't know anything about Black Panther. There were people that were just not that interested in Black Panther. But then when they released his movie, the first movie of Black Panther, then people were like, oh my god, his character is so fucking awesome. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's like those types of things. And also Guardians of the Galaxy as well. It's like those types of things where it's like, I just think with that, it's like, that was so special with the MCU back in the Infinity Saga. But now with this multiverse saga, it's like, they have not done that. They have not done that with the multiverse saga, where they're bringing in or bring back characters, like either old or new characters, into the future projects. And I think that's just kind of weird. I don't know why that's just been such a big slack with the MCU, because I think that's one of the big parts of the MCU in my opinion. And so that's the thing that kind of sucks. So it kind of is, it's kind of weird to like see Thor in very rare moments now, compared to how we used to see him so much more back in like the Infinity Saga. So it's like, it is weird, I won't lie, but it's cool at the same time, because again, at least they're bringing in characters that is needed. Again, even though we know that this movie, and including Secret Wars, we know that we kind of know the real reason why they're doing this. It's obviously because, again, they're desperate. They're in desperation right now, because, again, they know that the MCU is not in a good spot right now, especially with the saga. So it's like, this is kind of to bring in old fans and to kind of lead us into this, and that's kind of the reason. And it's like, so... And that's why, again, I think that's kind of the reason why they're bringing back Captain America. So it's like, either it is the original, either it is the Captain America that we know, or else that's a new Captain America. It's either one of those two things. So, we'll see. I think it could be most likely the same one that we have seen before. But, again, who knows? Even though we know the real reason of why they're doing this, still, I think there is a potential. I still think there is a potential that this movie will be good. I'm not like I'm not 100% thinking that this is gonna be a bad movie, but is there a potential that it will be a bad movie? Yes, but there's also potential that it could be good, because again, the fact of how much hype they're bringing this up. So hopefully Marvel's learning. I'm hoping they're learning, because if not, then it's like, man, then that's always the control that we have lost with the MCU. I don't know. This is like almost, I think they're almost their only hope, but I don't know, man. You know that, there's a lot of people that are hating on this, there are people that are like having their own criticisms and reasons, and I know, and in some cases I understand, but it's like, but at the same time, I feel like there are other movie companies or just other companies and brands that would do very similar things and it would just work. You know what I mean? So it's like, to bring in old fans, it's like, that is like one step to, to kind of bring themselves back. And if they don't do that, then it's like, again, this is kind of their last shot, you know what I mean? So yeah. But anyways, that is that. So, I mean, again, we kind of knew that Thor was going to be in this, but cool that they made like a trailer. So I'm wondering if the next one, I'm assuming there's going to be one more. I'm assuming there's going to be one more trailer. I'm assuming, because again, there's been some stuff about X-Men being in the movie. So apparently there's a trailer about, I think, Cyclops, I think, from bits of things that I have learned. I haven't seen any of the leaked trailers or anything. I've only seen like titles. I've only seen titles of people saying, or of titling X-Men in this movie and shit. So I don't know. So we'll see. So would be interesting if we get another teaser, but if not, then I don't know. I'm a bit confused, I won't lie, but we'll see. But anyways, that is that. So leave the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for Thor coming back? Are you excited for this movie? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe, like, follow me on my socials, and I will see you guys into the next one. Goodbye.